Greetings to all new subscribers. Welcome to your channel. I haven't made a video for 3 months. If you want to know the reason and all the difficulties this channel faces, everything in the description below the video, because some of you do not care about this, and I do not want to waste their time. Let's start the story.
My name is Samia and it means sublime in English. I will tell you everything I remember in my life, and why I tried to commit suicide and I caused my closest people to go to jail. I am the sister of Kareem Abdullah's father, that means I am Abdullah's aunt. I am the youngest of Joseph's child. I was born on February 23, 1989. I have 3 sisters and a brother and I live with my parents and my sister Nima. When my brother Kareem grew up he moved away from us and found a job. My sister Rabab was less lucky because she tried to run away from home, and Joseph put her to a mental institution. And my sister Mervat lived in my aunt's house. We'll talk about them later. I don't remember much about my childhood, but I remember my mother Susan, that she was very nice to us and loved us a lot and was making food sometimes and cleaned the house sometimes. When I was 6, I went to school to the 1st grade, but our education at this time was bad. The teacher doesn't care about the student. I couldn't learn to read and write well and I couldn't study well. When I come back from school I watch TV with Susan. If Joseph asks me to study, I grab the book and look inside the book, but I don't understand anything. In this year, my brother Kareem married a girl named Salma on November 2, 1994. When I was 7. I entered the 1st grade exam and was able to take answers from classmates at the time of the exam. His method has succeeded in every coming year except for the 9th grade. This year also, my mother Susan asked my brother Kareem and my sister Rabab to bring her water because she's thirsty, but they refused. Susan felt angry. Susan has thrown scissors on Kareem and Rabab, but the scissors destroyed the TV. Susan liked watching TV and destroyed it herself. When Joseph came from work, Susan told him that Kareem and Rabab were the ones who destroyed the TV. Joseph grabbed a bottle and hit Kareem and Rabab on their hands, and caused them wounds in their heads. Then he knew that his wife was lying and that she destroyed the TV. That's why he beat Susan a lot, because she destroyed the TV and lied to him and made him hit his children and caused them head wounds. Joseph decided not to buy another TV as a punishment for her. Sitting at home has become very boring. I started to make friends with neighbors and play with them on the street so I don't get bored. This year my brother had his first child on September 9, 1995, named Abdullah. He's my nephew and I'm only 6 years and 7 months older than him. When I was 9, Susan died, and this was the worst thing that happened to me when I was young. But I was a child. I never imagined it would be painful and affect in the future. To be motherless when you are a child, this is very difficult. A lot of people lost their mother and they know what I'm talking about. When I was 10, my brother Kareem married again a girl named Hala on May 21, 1998. And after 7 months Hala gave birth to a girl named Mena. 2 months later, Salma gave birth to a girl named Rama. When I became 11 years old, my brother decided to travel to work abroad and take his wives and his children with him. But my sister Nima advised Salma not to go with him because life would be very difficult. Salma decided not to go. My brother traveled and took his wife Hala and his daughter Mena with him. Salma and Abdullah and Rama moved to live with us and she brought all her furniture. At this time I have a new friend to play with him, Abdullah. We were playing Atari on Salma's TV. When I was 12, Salma decided to move and live with her parents Fauzi and Bushra, but they had no place to put the furniture of Salma's house, because their apartment was so small. But she took the furniture and put it in her brother's house because it was a little bigger. We'll talk about Salma's story later. When Salma took her things, we have become without TV again, but this time Joseph decided to buy a new TV. 1 year later, when I became 13, Hala gave birth to a girl named Toka. 2 years later, when I became 15, Salma gave birth to a girl named Tasneem. In the study, I succeeded in all previous years by cheating on exams and transferring the answer from my classmates. But I couldn't do that in 9th grade. Because teachers are tightening supervision in exams in this 9th grade, I failed the exam. I have to study so that I can succeed next year, but I can't study because I can't read and write well. For this, I decided to go to specialized teachers to teach me reading and writing for a whole year. I learned to read and write. I started studying, but I will not be able to take the exam this year. I entered the exam when I was 17, and I succeeded, but I stopped studying. In this year, I gave birth to a boy named Abdul Rahman. When I was 18, I decided to look for work. I started working in a plastics factory and met good people. My brother's friend came to visit us and told my father Joseph that he wanted to marry me, and Joseph and I agreed. He became my fiancé. Later, when he came to visit us after he became my fiancé, he asked Joseph to marry me again. Joseph decided that this person is crazy, for he already asked, and at this time he was already my fiancé, and decided he tells him he disagrees with this marriage proposal. When I was in the bus, I met a young man named Mustafa. He is handsome and I like him. He took my phone number. We have been talking on the phone. 3 months later we decided to get married. He went to Joseph and asked him for my hand in marriage. Joseph and I agreed to it, and we agreed on the date of the engagement ceremony. Later, when the day came for the engagement ceremony in the morning, I started getting ready. I wore the wedding dress and went to the hairdresser to make a special haircut, and I spent 5 hours fixing my makeup. Then my fiancé Mustafa came to pick me up to the photography shop, and Mustafa was also wearing a wedding suit, and I was very happy, and we got great pictures together. Then we went to the engagement ceremony and we started dancing together, and we got pictures with our relatives, and everyone was present, all my family and Mustafa's family, and everyone were happy. Or that's what I thought. The next day I went to Mustafa's family to bond with them because it's important to have a good relationship with them. But my future mother-in-law told me I was a bad match for her son and that she'll not allow me to become her daughter-in-law. She told me I wasn't good enough for her son. I went home and broke down in tears and continued crying because what she said to me was so hurtful, it broke my heart. I couldn't see the way to fix this situation other than to take my own life. First I cleaned the house, then I went and told my neighbors I will throw myself from the roof, but no one took me seriously. But I did go up on the roof and I jumped. The building is 17 meters tall and I was very scared of dying while I was falling. I tried to catch on any wires on my way to the ground to save myself. I succeeded in grabbing onto passing materials sticking out of the building and reduced my falling speed near the ground. Next thing I know, I'm in the hospital. My neighbors found me and took me there. When I was unconscious, they asked me, who is the one who tried to kill you? They hear me talking and sing, Joseph, Mustafa, Nima. Then they called the police and reported them. The police came and waited in front of the hospital, and when Joseph and Nima and Mustafa came to the hospital to see me, the police arrested them and put them in jail. The next day when I woke up, I asked where Nima and Joseph are. Are they busy? Or they don't want to see me? They told me they thought they were trying to kill me and the police put them in jail. I told them I don't remember saying that, and I told them I tried to commit suicide, so it's no one's fault. At this time they called the police and told them what I told them, and then the police released them after spending a whole day in jail. The doctors told me I had a crack in the pelvic bones and I can't walk easily, and I have to stay in bed for a long time until the pelvic bones heal. At this time I felt so much remorse. I felt helpless. I was about to become a heavy burden on my family. It made me very sad. My dad and my sister are working most of the time and they will not be able to take care of me. How I will live now? We are poor and we don't have enough money to rent a nurse, so the nurse can help me from home, and we cannot afford to stay in the hospital because it is also very expensive. The only solution I have now is to rely on my brother, and specifically my brother's wives, because they were housewives. I never lived with them before, but now I have to ask them this. But let's postpone the rest of the story for the next video. because this video has become very long and unfortunately some people do not watch the video to the end.
I have some explanations in the description below the video. I am also waiting for your opinions and suggestions. Thank you for watching, and for your time.